How long before we see an AI-driven real-time short film driven by each viewer? This is one of the promises and the dreams of AI film in particular, is the ability to customize it to our own personal preferences and needs. I think there's a few things here. One, there's the practical element of it. Right now, it's just too expensive. These costs will continue to decrease. Everything gets cheaper and cheaper every time a new model comes out. So everything's getting better and cheaper, which we don't normally see in technology or in progress. So that's exciting. So it'll have to get to a level where producing video content is so marginally cheap that we could just produce hours of it for pennies. Once we get there, we could certainly have models where you put in what you want to see and it would be able to produce based on that. I think that then brings in the question of taste. So the reason we like what we watch on Netflix and we like what we watch at the cinema, etc., is because that's been put together by professionals who know how to build a story. They know how to put together the right actors, the right scenes, the right dramatic beats. It's been created by storytellers and script writers. That stuff's hard. That's why films cost a lot of money still. It's because there's huge teams of people who have very specialized skills all putting that together for us. When, even with a really advanced video model, when we go and type in what we want to see, we're not necessarily going to be able to have that kind of taste level and that ability to instruct the AI to create something valuable for us. I think what we could do, and this is probably a stopgap, a medium term, is we could say, hey, what I really want to see is something that's a bit like The Wire, but set in Korea, and it's got my favorite actors, X, Y, and Z, whatever. So we could give it comparables and it could compose something that is based off our tastes. I think that's probably going to be a more realistic way to do it, because otherwise we'll all just end up creating our own personalized AI slop. I might be wrong here entirely. Maybe the models become sophisticated enough to be able to interpret what we want, even when we don't give good communication. Video is, I won't say the slowest, but it's because of the density of information in video compared to imagery and text. It's always lagging behind in terms of advancement, and it always costs the most compared to the other forms of generative AI.